When was the last time you gave your hair a detox clay treatment? You know your hair need it. You've been eating all them fried chicken wings, them red velvet waffles, that Hennessy mimosa, and now your hair is screaming for your attention. You've been letting him stress you out, and them kids been getting on your last nerve. And that job, they pay ain't matching what they weigh. All that emotion is built up and it's built up on your hair strands. So we gonna detox it away. So let's get into it. Grab your Main Magic Detox Clay Treatment Kit that you order from Main Magic Products at coconuts.com. Yeah, grab you a color bowl and we are gonna get to work. I like to use the oil in my detox clay treatment, and nothing is better than a hot oil treatment that's gonna help with breakage. We're gonna use some clean water. I got me a bottle of water right here, and we're going to get the mixing. The thing about this detox clay treatment, when you order it, you do get a mixing stick and you also get a color brush for easy application. One bottle can do 1 to 3 applications depending on how thick your hair is and how long your hair is. Usually when I do people who have medium length hair, about shoulder length or bra strap length, I only use about half a bottle of this clay. Take out a couple of scoops and mix it with some water, and you want to do a few scoops at a time because you want to make sure this is mixed well. So if you have to add more water, add more water. If you feel like you need a little bit more clay, add a little bit more clay. Act like your big back is making some pancakes or them red velvet waffles, and you want to mix it together like that. So you probably like, Crystal, what is all of this thing I'm mixing together? Is this dirt? Is this cement? What am I mixing together? You are mixing together natural remedies that's going to help remove heavy metals, toxins, buildup, dirt, old product from your hair strands. This is actually stone, rock stones that you find in earth, and it's just blended, grinded to a fine powder. In this mixture, I use 5 different clays. I use Moroccan red clay from Morocco. I use French green clay. I use bentonite clay, I use kaolin clay, and I use rusal clay in this. For a smoother consistency, I like to use a hot oil treatment inside of this, and this is going to help it apply better on the hair strands, and it's also going to boost this clay up to help it be a strengthening treatment as well. The clay is also going to condition your hair. It's going to help control frizz, and you're going to notice that your curls are popping a lot more. And that's because it really is cleaning out the hair strand. It is sucking up everything into this clay mixture, and when you rinse it out, you're basically rinsing out all of the stuff that was built up in your cuticles. Some people swap out their shampoo and only use a detox clay every time they need a shampoo, and it works for them. I recommend doing this at least 1 to 4 times a year. With every season, you can definitely do a clay treatment just to give your hair a do-over and let it start fresh. This clay is derived from stones, volcanic debris, and rocks from the Earth's core. This is going to deliver minerals and vitamins into the hair. So it's definitely a vitamin and nutrient rich meal for your hair. So I'm going to put this all over her hair. Think of it like your relaxer, but a natural relaxer. I'm going to section the hair into 4 to 6 sections, and I'm going to apply it at the edges first, the roots first, and then I'm going to come back around and put it all over the ends and all over her hair strands. And this is going to make sure that I cover all parts of her hair strands so her hair can get a nutrient dense diet. This is how you'll know your hair needs a detox clay treatment. Number 1, if your hair is constantly dry, and it doesn't matter what you put on your hair. If you water your hair, you put softening products on it, your hair just is not getting softer. That might be because you have a lot of buildup clogging the pores, the cuticles of your hair strands and scalp. And you need to get those stuff off and out of your cuticles so you can get products and water in. So if you feel like your hair is just too dry, constantly dry, and you know you've been putting in the work, you've been using moisturizing products, you've been using a ton of water, and your hair constantly dry, it may be because you have some built up in them strands and you need to get it out. So you're going to need this detox to give your hair a fresh start so it can start taking in product and it can start getting hydrated. You also might need a hair detox if you're one of those wash and go girlies and you love to use a lot of mousse, a lot of holding gels, and you can see the flakes build up on your hair and scalp. Listen, just do a detox and get those stuff off every now and then, because if you're constantly doing that, sometimes the shampoo and the conditioner that you use on a weekly routine is not enough, and you need something to deeply penetrate and get all that gunk off so you can have better looking wash and goes that blows in the wind, because you're not just building up gel on top of gel, edge control on top of edge control. Now, you also might need a detox if you feel your hair is looking dull. We all know when something looks dull and basic, okay? And you might need a little shine to your hair. You need some luster. That means you might need some vitamins and minerals deposited on your hair. So you really want to put something that's going to deeply condition your hair and deliver calcium, magnesium, copper, different minerals from the earth into your hair so you can get that shine back. After at least 30 minutes, you can go ahead and rinse it out. Make sure you're using a comfortable temperature for you or your client to rinse out your hair. Some people like to still go in with shampoo and conditioner. That's just a preference. Sometimes you can leave some residue of clay on your hair if you're not washing it out properly. So some people like to use shampoo and conditioner, but you don't need to. Just rinse thoroughly and it'll be okay, because this is a natural product. So it's not like a relaxer. If you leave it on your scalp, it's going to burn. No, nothing like that. So after I went ahead and blowed it out, as you can see, her hair is nice and fluffy. It feels so soft. One thing about that detox, it's going to have your hair feeling soft. Now let's take a look at her hair. And this is the point in the video where y'all going to start cussing me out, talking about me going to try to get my license revoked, la, la, la. But let's talk about it, okay? Because as you can see, we blew her hair out and now you can see the damage. I hope you watched part 1 to this video so you can get a sense of how her hair ended up like this. If you did not, make sure you're subscribed and go back and watch part 1 so you can get an idea of what's really going on here, okay, before you get in the comments and cuss me out. I like to do this white paper test. You just take a white sheet of paper and you put it up against or underneath the hair strands, and you can start to see any line of demarcation of where the thick hair starts to get a little stringy, and you can spot some damage, some split ends, some breakage, or whatever you need to spot in somebody's hair. Now for her, you can clearly see what's going on right here. You can see that her hair is dense and thick, and then it begins to get really thin and stringy towards the ends. And if you look at the top, you can see that, yeah, her hair broke off. You could see that it's clearly a difference in length from the front to the back, even the very nape of her hair. She had so much hair loss going on due to stress and nutrient deficiency. She started doing protective styles to grow out her hair because she did not want to do the big chop, because she is used to having long hair, and she wanted to grow her hair out and do 1 to 2 inch cuts until her hair evened out. So I'm riding with her. Her whole edges was like gone a few months ago. Yeah, she just ain't have no edges. It like the stress, it just was gone. So I'm so happy to see that she has like 4 or 5 inches going on with her edges. As you could see, there are some stringy parts in the front. We might take them off if she lets me. I'm the type of person, like, I'm going to do what you tell me to do. When I'm doing your hair, I basically work for you. I am your hands. I'm your extended hands. So I'm going to just, if you say cut this, I'm going to cut that. If you say don't cut this, I ain't going to cut that. And I know some hairstylists will be like, no, that's not about the health of the person's hair. And it's just like, it's their hair. You know, I can give my advice. I can tell them what I suggest they do, but ultimately it's their hair. So I'm just going to do my best to nurture her hair through this process. So right now I'm just taking videos and pictures so I can show her what's going on so she can make that executive decision on what she wants me to do. Because her hair came a long way, I suggested that we can just go ahead and make your hair even right now. But she said no. She said she only wants me to take about 2 inches off, and the next time after this sewing, she'll be ready. And I know some people are like, it's just going to get worse if she keeps it. Well, to tell you the truth, her hair already decided to break off a certain part of her hair. So it's going to break off that certain part of her hair. I don't believe that her hair is going to keep splitting up to the top, because she doesn't have split ends. She has hair loss and hair breakage, which is totally different. I know it sounds the same, but it's different. So I'm going to do what she tells me. And I've been cutting her hair 1 inch at a time, and it has not affected the new growth, the thicker areas at all. So we can just do it slowly and it'll still work out the same. You'll see, because I'm going to record the whole process. So you're going to see as the months come on how this process works. You can slowly trim your hair, just like anybody who color their hair blonde, they can grow out the color and cut and trim off the color a little at a time. You can do the same thing with damage. You can trim off a little at a time until you feel comfortable and do the big chop. So as you can see, we got it. It look a little better. You gotta admit, it look a little bit better. If you close one eye and squint the other eye, it look a little better. So the next time she gonna have at least another 2 inches of growth. So I feel confident she gonna cut the whole thing, right? The damaged parts, that is. Make sure you stay subscribed for part 3. I'm gonna show you the protective style we're gonna use to get her hair to grow inches so we can do an even cut the next time.